Hello everyone, it's me again. If you know me, then you know that I love cool water. And I thought it would be really great if I can make a video on the life of Zino Davidoff, the man himself, and the fragrance review of the legendary cool water EDT. So let's just dive into the video and we'll talk about the fragrance. Zino Davidoff was born in 1906 in Old Russia near Kyiv in Ukraine, and soon after his family was forced to leave the country and move to Geneva. And in Geneva, Zino Davidoff's father had a small cigar shop, and that's where the love of cigar came in Zino's life. Zino was always interested in cigar, and that curiosity led him to travel the cigar fields of Argentina, Brazil and Cuba. After gaining international knowledge in the field of cigar, he then moved to Geneva in 1930 and took over his father's shop in 1936. He was an entrepreneur and he worked really hard to turn a normal name into a global leading brand of cigar. Till 1980, Zino Davidoff was only selling cigar in his international shops. But in 1980, the group Zino Davidoff was formed, and they started selling different luxury fashion goods. The first Davidoff Cool Water EDT was launched in 1988. And it was created by the legendary perfumer Pierre Bourdon. And that was one of the first true aquatic fresh fragrance in the market. There is no success story without failure, right? And Davidoff went through failure as well. Till 1990, Davidoff used to make all their cigar in Cuba. But the controversies surrounding the quality of their cigar was growing in that time. And in 1990, they publicly burned more than 100,000 cigars and moved their production from Cuba to Dominican Republic. Davidoff was rebranded, or we can call it reinvented, in 1991 in Dominican Republic. And soon after, Davidoff became one of the most influential financial factor of Santo Domingo in Dominican Republic. Now here comes the interesting part. There is something that me and Zino Davidoff, we both share in common. And I'm so happy about it. I was actually given the freedom of the City of London in 2019. And it's a huge honor for anyone, and I'm extremely happy to receive this honor. And similarly, Zino Davidoff received the freedom of Santiago de los Caballeros, the capital of tobacco. I don't smoke, so I can't talk too much about the cigar and the quality of Davidoff cigar. I know they are top quality, but I don't smoke, so it's not relevant for me to talk too much about the cigar. So let's move from the cigar and the company to the actual fragrance, Davidoff Cool Water EDT. Cool water is basically what it says on the packaging. It's just cool water. It's a fresh, aquatic, cool fragrance. It's more of a sea breeze freshness rather than the usual citrus freshness. According to my nose, I can define the notes in this way. Top notes are seawater aquatic notes, lavender, mint, green notes, and coriander. Mid notes are sandalwood, neroli, jasmine, geranium. Base note, musk, oak moss, cedar, and amber. It's like sitting on a beach and smelling the fresh, cool, oceanic wind from the sea. It's so fresh, so green, it's so minty, it's just cool water. The longevity is really good as well. On my skin, it lasts around 8 hours or even whole day. And that's why I love this fragrance, but we'll come to that part later. Now, in terms of the notes progression throughout the day, for the first 2 hours, it's a cool sea breeze. Then the green notes kicks in and gives a lavender vibe with a hint of neroli and jasmine. And in the end, you get the musky, muscular amber smoothness. Now, the price of this fragrance. This is a factor where this fragrance shines even brighter. This is a relatively affordable fragrance. It's a cheap fragrance as well. Now, for a 200 ml bottle like this, in the UK, it will cost around £30. That's cheap for a fragrance this quality. I can spend less and still I can smell great. That's perfect. Of course, there are so many other fragrances in my collection which are 10-15 times more expensive than this fragrance. But some of them don't last that long. Some of them smells great but don't have the projection that I need. Some of them have the projection, longevity and great smell, but they cost a lot of money. So, overall, this fragrance check all the boxes at the right place. In short, it smells great, lasts longer, project well, and all of this in cheap price. So, that's a great fragrance for me. We can't just talk about Davidoff Cool Water without mentioning the controversy between the famous Green Iris Tweed by Creed. Green Iris Tweed was actually launched in 1985 and it was created by Oliver Creed. But it's rumored that Pierre Bourdon actually helped Oliver Creed to make Green Iris Tweed. But Pierre was not credited as a perfumer, and in 1988 he launched Cool Water with Davidoff with a slightly modified structure or recipe as we call it. While Green Iris Tweed cost around £400 for 250 ml bottle, and Davidoff Cool Water cost around £30 for 200 ml bottle. Now the big question that will remain a mystery is, was it a revenge strategy by Pierre Bourdon to launch a really expensive fragrance in this price range? Who knows? Cool Water is a crown jewel in terms of true aquatic fresh fragrances. There is one thing that I learned after wasting a lot of money in expensive fragrances is, you should always wear what you love, what you feel confident in. And that's where this fragrance comes in. I know it's a simple fragrance, people will know that you're wearing this fragrance, but so what? Don't get fooled by people telling you that, oh, this is an old fragrance, this has been in the market for years, people know this fragrance, people will be able to recognize what fragrance you're wearing. That doesn't matter. If you love this fragrance, just wear it with confidence. And don't forget, all fragrances work differently in different skin type. So this fragrance might smell a bit different on your skin than it will smell on my skin. So just wear it with love. You can ask me 14,605 times and I will still tell you that this is one of the best fragrance ever. The main point is, if you like something, just wear it with love. Anyway, let's finish this video here. And in conclusion, Davidoff Cool Water is true to its name. It's actually just cool water. And that's what makes it one of the best fragrance ever. So till the time you see me again, keep smelling fresh.